the student encampments around the country, on its front page, people are watching. Those in power are shaking in their boots of the...
Georgetown for tents. Iverson Mall, we can go there, for tents. What would make young people feel that a tent... In the 18th chapter of the Quran, we're forced to rise up against the toxic populism, an unhealthy accepted norm, social stratification, economic injustice, spiritual decay and rot. I was reading today in the papers. I was a professor at NYU. I obviously wouldn't be there now if I'm talking like this. So luckily I quit before all that went down. But it's funny, you read, Malcolm taught us, as Muslims, Malcolm taught us to appreciate language. Tricknology, right? Call it tricknology. The object and the subject is very important. So today I was looking at the headlines and it said, students causing graduation ceremonies to be stopped. Students shutting down campuses. Students may cost Biden the election. Don't get mad at me. I'm going to be swayed in this moment until there's divestment, until the genocide is over. Kendrick can drop 100 responses in the next night, but young people here, they won't even know about it. Who's dropping in a battle right now? So I'll finish by saying this. You're not the problem, you're the solution. And through history, America likes to do that. They turn the solution into a problem because the solution forces it to examine itself and be sort of ruminate on its true state in a way that breeds uncomfortability. And that's why we see Zionists all across the country getting in women's faces, attacking children, brutalizing people, doxing people, threatening people. Recently, a student of mine years ago told me, I'm so thankful they doxed me, now I ain't got to make a CV. So our message...
How you doing today, sir? So what do you like to say about today that we're standing at a Johns Hopkins University and we're standing in Baltimore, Maryland today? So what would you like to enlighten us, like what's going on today over here? Why people are gathered over here? Like what reason and what cause?
Yeah, so we're here today because of the ongoing genocide in Palestine and Gaza. Today is actually a pretty inauspicious day in that the ground invasion of Rafah began. The place where people were told to take refuge by the Israelis has turned into indiscriminate bombing and slaughter, continuing this cycle that's been going on since 1948 of indiscriminate slaughter of Palestinians. We're here today, and we have been here as a collection of graduates and undergraduates, community members, and faculty and staff of the university that we do not want Johns Hopkins to be complicit in this genocide and these systems supporting this genocide anymore. We're asking them to divest completely from industries that are supporting the Israeli occupation and genocide of Palestinians, to denounce their ties to these horrible institutions, and to cease their complicity. And we'll be here as long as that takes. Today we had a vigil commemorating the over 40,000 dead and thousands on others injured and left houseless and dispossessed.
How do you think we can overcome all of that?
I mean, we can overcome this through solidarity and through collective action. That's how any of these things happen. We saw it with the South African apartheid movement. We saw it with the civil rights movement. These are not going to be popular on the behalf of institutions that enrich themselves based on these slaughtered injustices, but that people know what is right. In the last 10 years, we've seen, I'm Palestinian. This is the first time in my life that I've seen a movement of this size across college campuses, across major cities in America. Just heartbreaking. Change is happening.
Thank you so much for talking with us. I think you're about to mine too. I know what I want. Okay. Hi. Thank you for coming and stopping here today to talk to the press. And what would you like to say about this event that's happening in Johns Hopkins today?
Hi, so my name is Fatima and I'm a student here at Johns Hopkins. I came to this vigil, and it's a vigil to commemorate the people who have been martyred in Gaza. And basically, the reason that I came out here today was to stand in solidarity with the people who are in Palestine and raise awareness about what's happening to them. The fact that they're suffering for 7 months, and now that Israel is threatening and starting to invade Rafah, that's something that we want to raise awareness about, and we just want to make sure that people know that this is a country that's going on.
Thank you so much for giving us time to
Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum wa alaikum salam. How are you doing today?
I'm doing fine. I'm quite grateful of the amount of support that we're getting from the community and from Hopkins. And then so, as you can see, a lot of students and a lot of community have been here today supporting us and supporting the Palestinian cause for freedom and for the Palestinian human rights. And then so this is very heartwarming to see, and it's very hopeful.
Awesome. And what is the actual cost to gather everybody around?
The actual cost here is to have our school divest from the weapon manufacturing, along other things from Israel, because we believe that we don't want to be part of an institution or continue having our school support the genocide of the Palestinian people. As right now, as we have found out, Johns Hopkins University has been investing in a lot of weapon manufacturers that have been used to kill Palestinians, and I am Palestinian myself, so some of my family has been killed. And then so, yeah, we're here to fight for the Palestinians, we're here to fight for my community, we're here to fight for the world and for humanity.
100%. Thank you so much for talking to us today.
Yeah, no problem.
How you doing today? Thank you for speaking with us today. And we are gathered today in Baltimore City, State, Maryland, in the United States of America. And there's a faculty member who's giving a huge support towards Palestinian issue and why we are gathered for and for what cause we are gathered over here with all these students. I see there are outsiders. I see their faculty members, I see a lot of foreign students, I see a lot of local students, and I see a lot of local residents that are taking part in here.
We're here for one mission. It is to free Palestine.
Okay.
And what that mission translates to here is to really understand what's going on there, how the institution is involved, and we have very clear demands on how the institution can do better, right? So to divest, financially divest, that is, to disclose their financial ties, and to disclose partnerships that they have that directly contribute to this, to boycott all partnerships with Israeli educational and the educational institutions and the military-industrial complex. There's an exchange program with Tel Aviv University that we're trying to stop. Demilitarizing in all aspects, especially with the applied physics laboratory of Johns Hopkins, and to denounce. Denounce is to allow Palestinian voices to thrive, right? And denounce all other acts of genocide and to demand a ceasefire. So these are the very clear demands that we're here for, and it is all to bring back attention to what is going on. We don't want to take away attention from what is going on actively, like today, the invasion of Rafah and all that. And it's so important as an educational institution that the students are leading this effort, and we're all here to support, because students have historically brought about a lot of change. With the Kent State University during the Vietnam War, which is a very popular story of how this has, gone. So that's what our students are here for.
Do you think that's going to affect your actual job, the Johns Hopkins, while coming here supporting students outside of the campus?
Well, we are an educational institution, and I think this is the best form of education, right? Our students have taken that education and are standing up for what they believe their values, and they have come up with these 5 demands that, if met, make for a much better world throughout. And I think that is a success in education.
I think well said.
Yeah.
I think well
Yeah.
said. Thank you so much for
thank you.
meeting with us
Yeah.
today and taking some
course.
time out on a short notice.
Anytime.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.